No. France is not a republic.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
No,
they are.
that's just a temporary measure. The consul will proclaim himself as emperor. I have foreseen it.
To start, can the Ming actually westernize? Yes, they can westernize if they really wanted to, but they're going to need to have more stability. The English, Great Britain appears to be in Tibet, which is a vassal of the Shan, and the Shan are the Shan a vassal of anybody? It doesn't appear to be the case. Are they going to try to integrate, maybe? Yeah, they're trying to annex. They're trying to annex Tibet as we speak. So Shan has the potential of being a stronger nation. Quickly gonna pop over here my messages. As soon as Grey Colf is done here, getting crushed, I'll probably get him in towards the studio as well. Yeah, English Mexico has some serious money problems. Yeah. 13 colonies. Great Britain. They could actually, Netherlands could go in theory, go to war with the British. I think those don't seem to be, yeah. They could totally take it over if they wanted to. Looking over towards Venice. I'm trying to, maybe I should get the lead designer of the game in here. I don't think Venice is up to anything in particular. They do have their 3-deckers, obviously, and a fairly substantial army, which is holding the Venetian home country. What sort of level do they actually have? It's pretty strong. No bastions, though, so... The world, as I mentioned, is a very different place, except for Russia, which is just as big as it always was. Except for... Actually, do they have this in... I think, yeah, they do have Karelia. That's where they send all the Prussian prisoners of war. Good times. In the meantime, for those people that have just tuned in, welcome. This is Europa Universalis 4 here live from Stockholm in Sweden. We're playing a multiplayer game session here with our developers in-house. My name is Aspec. I'm on the forum known as that guy. And I see all. I can see everything because we have added a spectate mode which will be added to the game in the next patch for you to use in either your videos whenever you really want to. I'm sure we'll have some crazy ideas on what is going on. Quickly going back into the game and what it looks like. We have a whole bunch of developers here. We got Alex Ivan, who is Japan. I think he's a vassal, or he's at least allied with the Hansa. Buchov as Venice. Boga as Sweden. Karsten as Russia. Goose Creature as Spain, who's not doing too well. Grugi as a Hansa, which is doing way too strong and should probably be nerfed. Mr. Nibbles as Bohemia. No, he is in fact a person, not a bunny. Nuzia as Ottomans. Look at that beast. That's some strong Ottomans right there. Palladium as Naples. They've seen better days. Pet Frog as Malaya. Rufo's Denmark. Sacrifices Austria. They got the short end of the stick, although they seem to be recovering ever so slightly. The letter Z is the Timurids. They only need 2 more regions in order to form the Mughals. Witch King as the Netherlands. Johan, of course, as Morocco. Great Gulf as Great Britain. Britannia has seen better days because it looks, oh god, they are being attacked once again. Nicholas as Hindustan. And Wissington as France. Self-learning AI, pretty much. But the siege of Derby continues because the French are all over his house. And the French, it's just the French and the Netherlands together taking down the remaining vestments here of the United Kingdom. Great Britain, even. United Kingdom would actually mean that they would have that would actually mean that they would have a king on the throne that is actually relevant. And actually, as we discussed earlier on with Wiz, is that we can't do that when there's troops in the region. With Wiz is because seriously, George Stanley, really, the Stanleys is what your royal house is, rather than the powerfulness of the Lancastrians. Good God, Wiz, that's a terrible leader. 043. You could do better than that. Actually, that's actually not a bad question. Who's got the best leaders in the world? I'm very curious. Best leader in the world. Overall. Oman. Oman has the best leader in the world. And Bohemia. Oman. Oman has the best leader in the world. I guess stranger things have happened. It does look like we're gonna get over our lead developer over into studio shortly, and we shall see how that is all going to pan out. English Mexico is here. You can't form the United States in this game, by the way, just so you're aware. Ottomans, Venice has pretty much completely taken up the Mamelukes. Anything that was there has now been formally turned towards Venice. They have like masquerades and stuff around the pyramids. Although I don't, where are the pyramids in this one? Cairo. So yeah, that's Giza's, right? Is what size of the river is Giza actually? Is it on this side of the Nile or the other side? I think the pyramids of Giza are technically still in the Ottoman Empire. So no masquerades there, but one can hope that one day masquerades will happen over there. Did they actually move their capital? No, it's not their capital. It's obviously still in the city of dreams, Istanbul or Constantinople. But that's only the business of the Turks. I'm sure some of you actually managed to get that, but you know, whatever. So we're waiting. For our developer to come this way. And like I said, Bushov is playing as Venice. And I'll probably should load his overlay in there. Where is Venice? There you are. Still, yeah, the Netherlands are... Great Britain is not going to come out very strongly out of this one. I think this may actually be the end. Could this be the end of Great Britain? With 6,666 points. Yay, they are in fact the devil. The devil himself with a 4-1-1. Minus diplomatic reputation. They got some decent ideas. Quality in naval, but you know, whatever. A massive, massive war exhaustion. Minus, this is just not going to go very well. Overthrow the government here. British revolutionaries, it's just not looking good at all. Not looking good at all here. Oh, see, there we go. You got two more. No worries. No worries. Problem has been solved. In the meantime, France still firmly taking the lead, 11,392, followed immediately by Russia with 9,860. There's no way in hell they're going to be able to catch up. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like Morocco has gone towards the fourth place. Netherlands in 8th, Spain in 7th, Austria 8th, Mamelukes, that one, Sweden 18th. Oh, there he is. Hello. We have yet another developer in our midst.
So I can come.
You have a truce with Austria now, so you could come.
Yeah.
That's good. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
How do you feel like it's your baby here on the stream once again?
Oh, it feels great. I mean, we're having so much fun with this game, and we've been having this game has really even taken over way past testing the game, in the sense that people are discussing it, and you know, if you don't go to lunch, you might miss the critical alliance, and then you get stabbed in the back.
Yeah, there's I'm quickly looking over towards your nation. There's been quite a lot of stuff going on. Normally, what happens after these sessions, the developers go to a bar somewhere and they just have chats. They chat with each other, and sometimes you have these small groups that just stand together and just look around and make sure that nobody else is there.
Yeah.
And like have discussions about coalitions.
Yeah. What happened the previous time was that I was allied with Austria and the Ottomans, and the Austrian had been my ally from the very start of the game, and France has been trying to break apart this alliance between the Austrians and the Ottomans for a long time, but I sort of told them that you know, I'm gonna stick by my allies. You can't break us apart. But what happened last time was that my allies suddenly had one of these chats and decided to stab me in the back.
Oh no!
It sort of annoyed me. But apparently, what happened at last week's beer was that
I was there. It was good.
Yeah. Was that everybody decided that Austria has been backstabbing pretty much everyone else in the game.
So it's time to take.
So it's time.
It's time for
So
Austria
during
to end.
this session, I managed to recover, and we actually attacked Austria. Though we've had a bit of a reverse, because the evil English hijacked our coalition.
That's fine. The English are pretty much non-existent at this point.
Yeah.
So, looking at stuff that's coming out for the patch, actually, what can people expect?
Well, I think we've announced quite a lot of stuff in the dev diaries already, but you're gonna get quite. I mean, the colonial nations, for example, are not only gonna be in the DLC. Some of the stuff you can do with them is in the DLC, but you're still gonna have this kind of new interesting dimension to colonial gameplay. And one interesting thing that we added, that you've probably seen in the stream already, is actually we added a new trade node.
Yes.
And if you don't play this game very much, that might feel like a very small feature, but that's actually going to change the entire balance of trade in the Western world. I mean, we came up actually during these multiplayer sessions, we came up with the problem that nations like France, for example, and England doesn't really have that much use of trying to go around Africa and finding India, because all the nations in the West steal all their trade. So we actually added this trade node in the middle of the ocean, where everybody can compete and where no one can get complete dominance.
And it's problematic because you're going to get serious sea attrition. Then.
No, we've actually made it so that particular province doesn't give any sea attrition.
Okay.
Just so that everybody could. So it turns into sort of like an off-map trading box almost, where you can sort of compete with trade from everywhere. So now, with the 1.4 patch, you're going to see that it's going to be worthwhile for all the Western Europeans to trade in all the colonies.
Yeah, rather than only getting the Chesapeake Bay node into London or something like that,
exactly.
because you're completely unable to compete with the English.
Exactly.
So that's the balancing. And how did that actually come about? Because a lot of these design decisions come out of these multiplayer sessions.
Yeah, I mean, this multiplayer is really great because it really tests the game, right? We can sit here and test the game and play test all we want, but when you multiplayer, you really try to squeeze the most you can out of the features, and you really
because you want to win.
Yeah.
Because we have trophies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you want to win, because you have trophies, and because the other guy is trying that too. And you can't reload and you can't do any stuff like that. So you see that, okay, my plan is to colonize around Africa, and then the person playing these kind of nations kind of realizes that, oh, I'm not actually making any money from this. That's not how we want the game design to look. And then we can sort of change it. So I mean, a lot of design changes and I mean, additions to the game comes about in these ways.
Is there anything in this particular session, or this particular multiplayer session has been running for about 2 months now, something along those lines?
Yeah, something
along those lines.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that came out of this that has had real impact in the overall design of the game?
Well, the trade node for one thing, and I think that, you know, once you get to try out the patch and see all the features we added and stuff, oh, I think I need to collect my my new fleets.
Yeah, you have a. I've been observing you. You've been
Yeah.
building a lot of 3-deckers recently.
A lot of people are building a lot of 3-deckers.
I wonder why.
You can see the trophy standing here, right? You get score from navies, and also I'm a bit worried that my competition, because my strength is the navies, right?
Yes, because you're a trade nation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
So.
And I don't really have that much strategic depth. But I think I need to get back now.
Yes.
The Austrians decided to stab me in the back and sell me out. So at this moment, the Austrians don't really. We're taking them down once and we can do it again.